Hello everyone, this is Florian again, and we have another episode of Fun with School, Fun with Science, Fun with Writing, lots of interesting things to talk about. Let's talk today about how you structure an appropriate essay. An essay is basically a larger piece of writing about a certain topic, about a research question that you have, about some hypothesis, and you want to tell people about it and communicate it so that other people can also think about it. So usually the essay has about like 3 to 5 pages and comes down to 900 to 1,500 words. But how should you write it? Let's say you have a question like a hypothesis is it is smart for students to outsource their work. Okay, so that's the research question, and you want to write an essay about that. So it is smart for students to outsource their work. So first you'll have an introduction where you will talk about the topic, like what is known about it. Like, okay, students that outsource their work, that is cheating. Like some people regard that as cheating. It is known to occur more and more in colleges. And third, there's a whole industry of ghostwriting, and many books are ghostwritten, and there's basically accepted, right? So when a politician publishes a book, they don't just have time to write it themselves, so they get together with a ghostwriter, and the ghostwriter will write the book, gets paid, that is his contribution, gets acknowledged, right? And then the politician or like celebrity can put their name on the cover of the book and people read it. So in the introduction, you would talk about these 3 topics, or any other topic or any other points or arguments that are coming to your mind. You should have some literature, some quotation in there to make your arguments more believable. That adds authority. If you can quote some studies that also say things that you want to say, that's a very solid approach. Okay. So now the main body of the essay. So first you have something called an thesis, and then you have an antithesis and a synthesis. So the thesis would be arguments that are speaking in favor of your hypothesis. And I should mention that the hypothesis, you can state them at the end of the introduction also, right? So these points lead you to the hypothesis. In academic ghostwriting, is smart. Now, you usually have like 3 points that support your hypothesis, okay? So, the first point would be, I'm just doing it off the top of my head, right? You sit down and think more about it, you get other ideas, but this is just what comes spontaneously to my mind. Many people do it. It saves time. And third, somebody who is better skilled at writing can do it. Okay? All right, so smart choice. Now the antithesis will give you 3 arguments against your hypothesis. Okay, so first of all, it's cheating. Or regarded as such. Second, it saves time is an argument in favor of academic ghostwriting. An argument against it is students can usually or should actually learn to organize. And the third point, ghostwriters are skilled, but you're a student to learn to write, right? Okay, so now these 3 points, these each thesis and antithesis, will now be put together in the synthesis, where you will find ways to somehow find a compromise between these points, bring them together somehow. So we could say that academic ghostwriting should not be done because everyone does it. Right? That's not a good argument for that. Second, yeah, students should learn to organize, but sometimes it's more important to save the time, right? Especially if the topic is not really something you want to learn, right? Maybe is not important for your career. And so students need to learn to write. Well, students also need to run a company, right? If you run a company, one point you have to delegate work. So that would be a good synthesis. Yes, you need to learn to write. But you also need to learn to delegate. Okay, all right, and there you have it. So the conclusion would be you can come up with some sentence in the conclusion saying like sometimes academic ghostwriting is justified and teaches us new skills. And that's how you write an essay.